Good day, everyone, and welcome to today's market fundamental and technical breakdown. My name is Anthony Phillips Njoko, the founder of 10x Digital Lane, where everyone who has a knowledge gap in digital trading can get the right knowledge, get the right guidance, and also get the right tools to enable them trade the financial market. So today we'll be talking about the market fundamental and technical breakdown for the time period of 16th of June to the 20th of June. So what we'll be discussing mainly has to do with the technical chart. And when I talk about technical chart, we're talking about Euro USD, which is a Forex chart, AED USD, XAE USD, and then for the crypto, we'll be talking about BTC USDT. Okay. So before we dive into a fresh chart, you will want to talk about the previous week forecast. Okay. So last week we said that we expected Euro to come from this demand zone up to a supply zone over here. That's exactly what the market did. So that's an accurate projection. So after that, now we need to update the chart. For us to update the chart, we need to start from the weekly time frame. So on the weekly time frame, we mark the previous week high and previous week low. So this is the previous week high. If it breaks previous week high, we go higher. If it breaks previous week low, we go lower. That's what we do on the weekly time frame. Then we go to the daily time frame. On daily time frame, we mark out the daily demand and daily supply and also the prevailing trend. So on the prevailing trend on the daily time frame, it's easy to spot one on an uptrend. And also this last week has broke this previous uh, market structure buy side liquidity for the daily time frame. So we are on an uptrend. So let's spot the daily supply zones and daily demand zone. So on the trading view chart, I see two potential daily supply zones. Okay, the first potential daily supply zone is this. This is the first potential daily supply zone because it's the last blue candle before this massive drop happened. This is the second potential daily supply zone. Why? Because it is the highest point in this. Okay, so with that in mind, I would like to also mark out this level here, or I'll have to update this. Let me bring this over here because there is chances that we'll spot a 4 hours supply zone there as well. Let me adjust this towards that level. And then this particular date is the November 9th of November 2021. So we go to the 4 hours time frame. Then we go to this date. So 9th of November 2021. Let's get to that date as quick as possible. November 9th. Then we go to that date. Okay, so that is not allowed for us on trading view. Trading view does not permit us to go that far. Okay, so it's fine. So we'll go to the daily time frame now. We'll just go to that particular date on the daily time frame. So on the daily time frame, we will mark out the whole daily candle. We use the whole daily candle to be the supply zone. Okay, and also we'll mark out the daily validation point. Okay, so this is going to be the daily validation point. Why the 4 hours validation point does not count right now because we don't even have the 4 hours supply zone. Then we go to the current chart. Then on the current chart, what do I see? I see daily demand, and this is daily demand over here, the last red candle before this high was taken. So we go to the 4 hours time frame now after that, and from the 4 hours time frame, what I see is this is now the current daily, sorry, 4 hours demand zone. This actual candle over here, this is the current 4 hours demand zone. Good. Then after that, but based on what I can see, I just see that there is chances of euro losing strength from here. So once we start seeing the change of character, we will take the sells for euro is heading towards this demand zone. Okay. Okay. So this is what I see for euro against the dollar. Okay. Then the next is AED USD. So for AED USD, we saw the market at this particular zone. this demand, this last red candle, we say that the market is going to move up. So if you can see, AUD has been choppy. Okay, so literally we didn't really focus on taking trades on AUD, but it moved as intended. So let's go to the weekly time frame and update this current chart. And I've been getting requests that I should switch from AUD to GBP because GBP has been having some more frequent moves. So I'm considering switching from AUD USD to GBP USD or GBP JPY. So working towards that by next week. So I already marked the high and the low of the previous week. Then on the daily time frame, what do we mark? We mark out the daily demand and daily supply. So that daily demand of last week still holds. It still holds because market has just been choppy consolidating. Okay. So we go to the 4 hours time frame. On 4 hours time frame, okay, so I'm getting comments on the comment section that they support the change to GBP JPY, and with that we consider it to switch from Euro USD GBP JPY, which means we have one Japanese yen pair, we have a dollar pair which is Euro USD, a Japanese yen pair which is GBP JPY, and then XAUSD which is gold. So we consider that and switch over by next week. So this is what I see for this right now. So there is a 4 hours supply zone over here. See a 4 hour supply zone over here. And I will have to update this at the 4 hours consolidation point. Okay, so this is the supply zone. And then the 4 hours demand, these two holds at the 4 hours demand, this can be here. Okay, good. So that's it. So from AED, I see when it goes back to this place, we'll be selling. So that's just it's been ranging. It's been ranging. So then the next is XAUUSD. So for XAUUSD, our forecast for last week is loading. So this was our forecast for last week for it to buy from this demand zone. Exactly that's what the market did. Came towards this demand zone over here, tapped into it little and then pushed up. We say it's going to this level of 3,400. Okay. So it was going towards that level of 3,400. So and that's exactly what the market has done. So once it got into the level of 3,400, the market was even broke past that previous week high and went higher. Okay, so our forecast for gold last week was accurate, and also we have a supply zone over here which the market also broke right now. So let us update this chart by starting with the weekly time frame. So on the weekly time frame for XAUSD, we come over here, we take this to this high, which is the previous week high, and then this is the previous week low. Let's get the previous week low and update the previous week low. So this is the previous week low. So that is the previous week low. So for the previous week low right now, we are able to see that the market has potential of continuation for the buys. Okay, the market has potential for continuation of the buys because this is previous week low updated over here. This is it for gold XAUUSD. So with that in mind, we go to the daily time frame to market the daily demand and supply, and as well the prevailing trend in the daily time frame. So we're going to daily time frame now. So this is the daily time frame over here. So this is daily supply over here. This is the highest candle of the all-time high. This is the all-time high, 3,500. So this is daily supply. Then this is now the current daily demand over here. This is the current daily demand over here. Then we have a market structure break on the daily time frame as well. Okay, so that's market structure break on the daily time frame. That should be MSB. Let me edit that. MSB. No, trying to write the MSB into that text. Okay, so we use the MSB over here. Good. So we then go to the 4 hours time frame. So the 4 hours time frame now is loading. So on the 4 hours time frame, we spot the 4 hours demand, also 4 hours supply. So this is 4 hours supply over here, but it was broken. Then for 4 hours demand, the current 4 hours demand is all the way over here. The current 4 hours demand doesn't seem okay. This is going to be for the last rectangle enough to full efficiency. That's it. So this is what I see. So for gold, there's possibility of it coming down towards it to buy more and head towards the all-time high level because the trend has just been clearly showing that we're on an uptrend. Okay, and if I am to draw this trend line like this, it doesn't go well, but this way works fine. So it going towards this trend and also this demand zone, it's not a bad idea for it to continue its buys. Meanwhile, this current zone now it has been broken, so I'll be taking that off. Okay, but this particular zone, okay, this particular one stands. This one here, all the way up here, is also a 4 hour supply zone. So that was the one the market went to test. You can see that. So for gold, after this test, now we're expecting this sell off to at least this demand zone here. Okay, and psychological level of this 3,350 before another push to the upside again. So for now, let's just say the forecast is for it to head towards this what this demand zone here. This is the forecast I see for gold for now. But don't forget we're still in a prevailing trend uptrend. So this is more like a corrective structure for the continuation push to the upside. Okay. So that's what I see right now for gold. Then the next on the list is BTC USDT. So for BTC USDT, it's been moving up well. I sent a signal on Saturday in our community. The link is going to be in the description. Okay, dive down to the description and get the link. So let us update this BTC USDT pair. Okay, so for BTC USDT, let's update the previous week high. This is the previous week high. This is the previous week high, and this is the previous week low. Then we go to the daily time frame. And daily time frame, we mark the daily demand and daily supply. So literally, this is more like a daily supply over here. Then for daily demand, over here is daily demand. Okay. So with that in mind, you see that the prevailing trend for BTC is buys. Then we go to the 4 hours time frame. In 4 hours time frame, we have a little shift in structure. This was a high, okay, impulse correction, impulse correction, impulse. So this correction was a complex correction to come back to it to grab some sales. So what I see now, BTC has chances of what having a little correction here for another impulse. Okay, so this is more like a three-wave corrective structure. This is one, two, three for another drop. Okay, so this is a corrective structure. So it has an one, two, three. Once this is completed, we possibly get another drop for Bitcoin. So what we're trading right now for Bitcoin is more like a corrective structure. Okay, that's what I see for Bitcoin. We're trading more like a corrective structure. That's what I see. We're trading on Bitcoin. So we need to be conscious of the trades we take right now for Bitcoin because it's a corrective structure trade that we're currently on. Okay, so with that in mind, we should stay we should stay active on the trade and be able to know the next moves. Okay, so we're monitoring Bitcoin on the 1 hour time frame. This was the trade we took on Saturday, and we'll be holding this trade all throughout Sunday, and today is Monday. So I see a supply zone here, 1 hour supply zone that could actually resist the market from continue moving up. Okay, so that's what I see for Bitcoin.